Now, so stage 8 of this unlocked this morning, along with two I would call absolutely ridiculous DLC things, by the way. This is just insanity. The packs for the Veneno appeared in the store as well for a lot of people, including some people on Discord who were like, oh, I've got 7 blueprints for this car. So I think that one's just available now to buy for anyone who wants it with tokens. But yeah, introduced this morning as well are these two DLC packs, and whoa, these are, I would just say, insane. I have no idea why anyone would feel like this is a good idea to buy these. They have 1 blueprint and 3 blueprints respectively as well inside them. Now, a thing that's wrong with that is obviously, like, this one is 99 euros and it's marked as 75% off, and this one is 49 euros and it's marked as 75% off. Now the thing is, they have double every other thing inside them with the exception of those blueprints. One has 1 blueprint, the other one has 3, which is 3 times as much. From a math point of view, that doesn't work at all unless you say that the blueprint is worth 0, because yeah, it's incorrect maths to suggest that these two things can be the same. Everything has doubled, with the exception of, like I said, that blueprint being multiplied by 3 in 1, and yeah, it just doesn't work from maths point of view. This special offer is clearly incorrectly labeled as 75% off on both sides. Somebody, yeah, just the maths on that's wrong. But yeah, like outside of the maths problem with that, like, that's an insane cost. This car is okay, but it's definitely not a car you want to spend hundreds on. Like, this is not by any means a king. So the thought process that the purchase limit of 3 on this is going to impact anyone is kind of worrying. Again, like, this is completely left of field to me. I would never have expected a DLC pack like this. But for me personally, I'm here on stage 8. Gonna hit this one up. You need nitro bottles, barrel roll, stunts, airtime, and again, as always, like, I'm gonna just focus on the actual time first, 38 seconds, and effectively ignore these. Stunts and airtime is fine, I'll just try and get that, but like, if I miss out on barrel rolls, I'm grand for that. I'm not really focusing too much on there. I am just gonna focus on, yeah, getting that 38 seconds in the Egoista, because like with these days as well, keep in mind that you only ever need to get to 38 seconds in the Egoista. The rest of these side quest things can be done in something like, say, the Hurricane Spider Evo is really good if you want a car that handles well, and yeah, can pick up a lot more of those type of things. So, but yeah, I'm just going to go here for the time, 38 seconds of my Egoista, which is really well tuned. It's just missing 2 epics from being maxed out, so I should be able to well do that. And yeah, like the Egoista, an absolutely fantastic Lamborghini, available from the daily limited quests which cycle through now. This one was injected in between the Force 1 VLF and the Tryon Nemesis. Like, it's a great car. Definitely spend your tickets every weekend to try and get this one unlocked. I know that you need the ZR1 to get epic import parts for it, but you can get the regular pieces with the actual Force VLF one. Oh, as much as the icon for that looked like Caribbean, it's an US Midwest and the time travel track, which is the one that runs along the railway track, hence the time travel reference in there being Back to the Future-y. But yeah, it's quite a cool track to actually make use of with the Egoista. So this is another one where I'd say the tuning of the car is going to come into play, so I should have little issues on this. Actually, airtime is one thing that, like, there isn't too much of on this track. I'm just gonna, like, yeah, tear down the left hand side right on the rails. The only thing you have to worry about here is if you dip too far on the left hand side, you can go over that hump in the middle of this track, and yeah, I'm just gonna go straight for the actual time and sod the packs on this first run at the very least anyway, just to see the kind of time that it's possible to do in this. I think that asks for a 38 and it's possible to do a 36, so yeah, like, I know that car that I have is quite tuned, but that's a 1.7 seconds of leeway there, and I did get some impact from the AI like at the start of that while building up speed. But like time travel is an ideal course to just tear through with the Egoista itself. Like, yeah, if you've got that tuned up, and I'd say at least like a 4-star version of that car should be able to get that time. Like, there is ramps and stuff that you can use on time travel. The only thing is the ramp is so close to the start on this one. I don't know would it really pay off for the Egoista in terms of just like you might be better off just to get that time by just like punching it straight down the railway like I did there. There's also another jump as you're coming through the barn area towards the end just to get some extra airtime and those stunts and stuff, so you'll have to do that for the sub goals. But yeah, definitely if you've got this at 4 stars, 5 stars, it might be an idea to just punch it and just go straight for those blueprints. Yeah, because like according to that DLC thing, these ones are worth about €50 a pop. Definitely worth unlocking those. Yeah, it's going to bring me right up close to the actual unlocking of this. So 55, 56, 50, yeah, 56 there, and that's it for guaranteed blueprints from this. But I do have 20 packs to unlock here, and then the condition rewards, which is another one. So I have the potential of unlocking this, but I would need to be kind of lucky without spending tokens, or else having to wait for a small bit for the legend pass to pay out. But I'll see. I'm just going to knock out these ones next. So airtime, stunts, barrel rolls, nitro bottles. Now for these sub goals though, I would definitely advise maybe looking at one of the other cars in it, just because airtime, stuns, barrel rolls, they're not too bad, but the nitro bottles, that's going to need kind of cheesing realistically on this track. In my opinion, it's the easiest way of getting it, or at least to do it like nice and fast. Just remember, once you've got that run done in the Egoista, you don't need to use that car anymore. So yeah, for this one, just being careful to avoid the skip button. Yeah, I'm just going to make use out of the Hurricane Evo Spider. It's just like this car's handling stat makes it a lot better for something like just kind of, yeah, weaving around the place very, very tightly on the track. Because yeah, 7 nitro bottles, I'm sure there is probably a pathway through this track which will exactly get that, but I just want to make sure of getting it, and I've no time requirements here, so this is what I've been doing for the rest of the sub goals on this one. Now for the airtime, I'm just going to leave the AI, just go forward a small bit. You have around 1 minute and 12 seconds on this track before you'll actually get DQ'd, but yeah, that like counts for a fair amount of the airtime. And then just, oh, what was that jump? But yeah, just a case of collecting this nitro bottle repeatedly here. There isn't actually many places on the track where they have it like just where it's easier to kind of pick up a single nitro bottle like that. So I'm just using that one at the start. Trying a few 360s just to get that stunt count up. Considering the fact that, yeah, I'm not going to be going near the rest of the AI for this. Go on the left hand side here for a bit of extra airtime and to launch towards an extra barrel roll as well if you need it. So yep, there we go, and that should finish off the airtime. And yeah, there's one more nitro bottle here as you're coming back in. And like, yeah, this isn't exactly the fastest run, but of course I'm not aiming for speed now. I'm just trying to do those sub goals. Keep in mind, like I said as well there, it's like if you have about 112, 115 on the clock, your car will just explode, you'll get disqualified, and it's a waste of tickets. None of these count. So while you can like hang about on the track a small bit there, you can stay there indefinitely. There is a limit to how much the game will let you get away with, and I found that is in and around kind of the 112, 115 mark, you'll get DQ'd. But yeah, those nitro bottles, a real pain just how rare they are on this track, but yeah, easy enough to get that way if you're just using something like the Evo Spider to do 360s there inside the middle of some. Now, and these will be my last 2 packs then for Veneno blueprints, and no, I'm not getting the car like that then, because I got 57 out of 60 after doing every single thing that gives blueprints here. The only other thing that I've got left to claim is the reward, which is 5 packs of those cards, and it's very unlikely that it's going to have 3 Veneno blueprints inside there. And this event has been very, very kind of stingy on the extra ones. So then for me to unlock this card, I've got 2 real ways of doing that. One of them would be going into the Legend Pass, and yeah, next week when the quests come out, I'll get 3 more blueprints for that car, because yeah, I've got 2 quests that I still have to finish from this event. But yeah, that'll involve obviously waiting a bit, and that's still fine. I think even if you're on the free path for this, you do have a blueprint coming up, so like it'll take you quite a few weeks to get to that point if you're waiting on it. But at the same time, it's like, for me, I kind of wouldn't mind grabbing 1 10-pack at least for this car, and yeah, like just unlocking it now for a couple of reasons. And yeah, like the tuning up of it is going to be something that will kind of help me out with the actual missions, so it's definitely not going to be something that is a complete waste to spend 750 tokens on those. They'll immediately get refunded from the Lamborghini experience anyway, so that doesn't matter too much, and I'll just put myself over into the first star at least, and I'll be unlocking the next stage then tomorrow, because I want to get started on that as straight away when that comes out, rather than waiting for a couple of weeks here. If you do want to just avoid spending anything on this car as well, keep in mind that like not only is there 1, but there is actually 2 blueprints on the free path of the season pass. So if you do have the ability to play through that, you'll get 2 free blueprints in that one as you work your way through it. For the paid path then, you've got 2 at stage 43 to pick up. There is stage 30 has 3 other blueprints for it, and then back, yeah, next week's set will bring you another 3. So just maybe like keep those in mind in terms of if you want to keep your token spending to a minimum, and also keep it in mind that if you've got the Legend Pass, you're going to have those incoming. So like if you want to play through a couple of the stages of the special event, it might be an idea that you could like get some of the blueprints from packs and then get some of the extra ones from this. Or definitely don't like max out that car immediately, knowing the fact that you've got another 10 or so blueprints on the way incoming for it. Now, so for me, before the end of the season, I'll get 10 more blueprints for that, which is pretty cool. But like I said, if I can get this to 1 or 2 stars, I definitely wouldn't say no to it. And yeah, this is going to give me something as well to upgrade to complete those Legend Pass missions. So it's definitely one that I'm not against spending the 750 tokens just to get my hands on the car right now. It's like, it's not an amazing car, but at the same time, for a completionist point of view, I'm quite happy to just have that in my garage at, boom, there we go, 1 star at least anyway, and get a few blueprints towards the next one. It's not exactly too bad. If I have the option of going a bit higher later on in the week to unlock a couple of extra stages and stuff, I'll weigh up the token gains to token costs with this new Lambo in my garage. But like I said, for me, my main thing in this game is like completing the garage and collecting all the cars as they come along. So yeah, I'm not really going to be too upset about having this car, even though it's not really going to be my go-to car for any multiplayer action, unless we're messing around in a live stream or so and people want to make use of it. Whoa, 83,000 extra garage value. That'll help when there's new levels added for sure. Thankfully here, wow, it's only 13 blueprints for that second star, so I'll be able to tune this one up a couple of times as well, I'd say, for not too crazy an amount. Yeah, it's 23,000 for the first stage of tuning, and I'm gonna throw a couple of parts onto that because yeah, like I said in the video I uploaded earlier, I hadn't actually completed the apply upgrades because I kind of knew I was going to be coming close to getting this one unlocked. And we'll throw 1 import part in there as well, so get back 10 tokens that way from the car straight away. I might leave that as it stands because I won't need it again realistically until tomorrow anyway for that next stage in the thing, so I don't think there's anything else I really need to do to that car. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else I need to do to this. I'll just be applying those other upgrades for the rest of this week, like the nitro and stuff like that. I'm sure I should be able to do okay on this for the next stages in the special stage, and I'm just going to make use of the low cost on these to get that daily quest complete for my tokens. Yeah, one cool thing about it though is that, yeah, 13 blueprints just needed for the second star, and like this one isn't as blueprint hungry as I kind of initially thought it might be for a 6-star car. It needs a total of just, I think, is it 200 blueprints. So like, yeah, you have it unlocked here for 60, and then you have 13 blueprints for the second stage, 16 just for star number 3, and then it starts to ramp up a small bit with 25, 38 and 48 for the last one. So yeah, it does obviously get a bit more costly as it goes along, but still, even at worst case scenario, like getting this to 3 stars is gonna set people back only about maybe like 4k or so ish tokens. So if you did want to like tune it up a small bit, it's not gonna break you too much in, like, yeah, having this at what you got there at 4 stars. It's a 3,700 rated car. Again, it's not gonna be your go-to car, but it'll be slightly more useful if you ever do need to use it, or if it pops up in a legendary weekend, or just, yeah, like I said, if you want to break it out and actually make use out of it in multiplayer. It's going to be far more useful at 3.7k than at 3.2. Now, and of course, once you have your Veneno unlocked, if you do get it, say like mine costs 750 tokens, now I'm going to bring it in here and do this race to win 750 tokens. So yeah, initially this car is going to effectively like negate its cost completely. So like, yeah, the unlocking it in that fashion, like if you're in a position where you could unlock it for a 10 pack and you have no other way of getting those like blueprints down the line, just keep in mind that if you were to unlock this for 750 tokens, you are guaranteed 750 tokens directly refunded with a single win on this. And like, yeah, this Bread and Circuses course is exceptionally easy, even in the lowest tuned version of this. Like, I haven't put pretty much any of the upgrades in there, just enough to do that Legend Pass quest, and winning this race is completely trivial. Like I said, I mostly ground out the wins in this 50 times just using the cars in touch drive with no input. And oh wow, this car is so much slower than it is in the multiplayer 1 or multiplayer 2, I mean, from the previous season. As I was really warning as well for people to keep in mind, like, this car is not amazing at stock, but obviously like that will increase somewhat. But yeah, it is exactly as much of a kind of a whoa that I thought it would be. The difference in acceleration between that and the 6 starting is just night and day. Again, it's one of those things where it's a lovely looking car and it is a nice Lambo. It looks like a quite a souped up Centenario kind of combo with something like the Egoista with the fins down the back. I do like the look of it, and I have nothing really against the car. It's just, it's a mid-range S-Class car, and I have a lot of those. But at least, like I said, 750 tokens. It pays back exactly what it cost me to unlock that. And I know the fact that I'm going to be getting 10 more blueprints for it. But like, for me, those 10 blueprints that are coming in from the Legend Pass as well, they're pretty much a guaranteed 2-star version of this car. And say if you look at stage 9 of this, this one's actually going to give me another 250 tokens right here for the 360s in one go. And yeah, I'll get a couple of blueprints and an epic import part for that. So handy enough there. Some credits as well. I'll pay back 250,000 actual credits, so it'll help tune that up tomorrow. So stage 9 is going to be pretty handy enough. It'll give 250 actual tokens back as a direct, straight out of having that car. Now, if I bring this one then up to the second star so that I can bring it into stage 10 with this, you're getting 375 tokens. So if it was possible to bring that up to the next star with just this and the unlock from the previous thing, it'll still be token neutral effectively for me to have that 2-star version of the Veneno, which would be pretty cool. Moving into stage 11 though, say there you've got 500 tokens, and that's the point where it's going to need it to be at the 3rd star, so I'll need 25 blueprints for that. So I would effectively need to get a jackpot to keep that from costing me a lot of tokens. But at the same time, if I can bring it up a fair bit here, like this event is around place for the next 22 days, which will mean we'll see another 3 sets of quests for the actual Legend Pass. So it's likely that I'll get a lot more blueprints from there as well. So I might end up in a scenario where I'm bringing this car close to an upgrade to immediately go into a stage, and then just waiting up till the Legend Pass pays out, and then use the car to refund back some of the things. Because it's also going to be an extra few of these CN blueprints, which are really, really cool to get access to that car, which will be in Grand Prix coming up. So it's actually, the stage 4 upgrades here is actually the one that costs the 25 blueprints. It was 13, 16, and then 25. So, like, that's still dishing out a decent enough amount of actual tokens in terms of a payout for that. So, like, it's definitely going to be likely that I will aim to probably move this car towards the 4th star. And that way I'll be getting like, a handful of those CN blueprints. That is probably the point where I will stop though, because I'm not really interested in these final 2 stars. And the payout is just not there really to actually like fund them, unless, like I said, I had incredible luck or a jackpot effectively, or 2 coming out of those last things. Like, there's a nice amount of tokens inside that, 1,500. So there's 2 10 packs paid for on the final stage, and there's nearly the same actually on the stage 13. Like, that's giving quite a decent amount of tokens from it. So like, you do have 40 packs worth of tokens from those 2 days. So I don't know, it really does depend on how like blueprints and stuff fall from this in terms of the actual packs that lead up to it, and knowing the fact that I've got 10 extra blueprints on the way in as well from the Legend Pass. So I'll be making my like choices later on in that. Of course, that is a case of I do have nearly 41k tokens at the moment, so I've got quite a lot of kind of like leeway to mess around and play there if I want to. Also, it does have that problem with the fact that this car costs around 30 million credits to tune up fully to the 6 star with all of the epic import parts installed. So as I would come closer and closer to the later stages, I'm really going to hit a credit problem, because these stages just do not pay anything nearly close to the that amount of credits. So whilst they might possibly offer me some of the tokens, I'd really be in trouble there on the credit side of things with tuning this up. But hopefully other people are unlocking this car today. My chat in club today has been a load of people from the Grand Tour getting that and tuning it up a small bit. Anyway guys, if you've enjoyed this video and the guides, sub button up there please, it helps an absolute ton. There's other videos from my channel there, and there really helps if you click on those. Leave a comment down below if you unlocked this car below, or if you didn't, or just if you want to leave a comment that says engagement. Those are awesome too. But yeah guys, good luck, and hopefully drive safe in your new Venenos today. Alright, good luck.